Hey guys, it's Victoria and welcome back to FemmeHead. Today I wanted to talk about period underwear for first periods as well as that first year or so of having a period. From when I first tried out period underwear all the way up till this day even, I've always thought, gosh, I really wish I had these when I was, growing up and first time my period and all that stuff because I just feel like they would have been such a nice thing to have on hand. So today I want to talk about why I think period underwear is such a great thing for younger girls and also kind of when they would work versus when maybe they wouldn't work. So just like with pads or tampons, there are different levels of absorbency when it comes to period underwear. Everywhere from something that is, the equivalent to a panty liner, it's very, very thin, all the way up to something that could be very well like an overnight pad. Like this one is much thicker. I don't know if I can show you this. This one is much thicker than this one. And even though this one is thicker, it's not bulky. Either way, I think it's nice to have a few of each for different situations. There are plenty of days where I will rely solely on a pair of period underwear. Often that is when I am working from home or I have very, very, very light flow or I'm just spotting. And then there are days where I will use period underwear as a backup for my cup because regardless of whether I'm using a cup, a tampon, or a sponge, I leak a little bit, so I always need a little layer of protection between me and my clothes. Let's go over a few reasons why I like period underwear instead of pads or liners. I feel so much more secure just having it as underwear versus having a pad because I feel like even with disposable pads, I feel like they move around a little bit. And I think my biggest complaint about reusable pads is they just move every which way in my underwear and I just feel like they're not going to be where they're supposed to be or where they need to be. And I like that just you pull your underwear on and like it's there. They are so comfortable in comparison to that because it's just like wearing a pair of underwear, especially if you get the ones with fabric that is very similar to the underwear you wear. They're just so comfortable. You can hardly tell that there is an actual layer of protection there like you can when you're wearing a pad. Granted, there are certain pairs like this one that you cannot wear with leggings because you can see it, but I feel just fine wearing these with a pair of jeans, a pair of like tight-fitting jeans. For me, I have kind of got my system down to where one pair, regardless of the situation and the absorbency level, it gets me through an entire day, and I really like that. They do not irritate me like disposable pads and panty liners do. Not to mention they are better for you and they're better for the environment. So one situation in which I don't know how well they would work because I haven't had that experience is I don't know how doable it would be if you needed to change your pair of period underwear in the middle of a school day. If it was during gym class, I could see that working out because you have more time, but from what I remember about school, they don't give you a lot of time in between classes to go to the bathroom. But if you can get just an extra minute, I think it's completely doable. I know there are a lot of people that use reusable pads at school, and I think if you're going to go this route, I would highly suggest getting some sort of wet bag. I know people that use reusable pads as well as people that cloth diaper all carry a wet bag with them to contain all these soiled diapers or pads, and it just kind of seals it all in, and you can throw that in your bag and not have to worry about it and take care of it when you get home. Just like with every other option you have for period products, I recommend testing them out first at home and just kind of getting the hang of it, figuring out which pairs work for which situations in different flow levels and that sort of stuff. And it's just nice to do that in the comfort of your home where if something does go wrong, it's not a big deal. And to just kind of get the hang of it and the comfort level and the confidence with the period underwear. Because I've used tampons and then cups for so many years and I went pretty quickly to not using pads at all, there is this learning curve of trust, learning to trust your underwear and that they have your back. If you have a period, you understand like when you feel that whoosh, there's this like, oh my God, is whatever I have going to hold that? And oftentimes whooshes feel much bigger than they actually are. And if I ever feel like a whoosh and I'm like, I need to go to the bathroom and check that, I go and there's like hardly anything. I'm like, okay, I'm good. And I say that because if you use cups or tampons, you don't get that sensation. You don't get that whoosh. And if you do, crap, my tampon or my cup is full and I need to go change it. Like I said, if I'm working from home or have a light day, I will use period underwear and just rely on those. And then if I'm having a heavier day, or I'm going to be out and about, or I'm going to be very active, situations in which I know things are moving quicker down there, I usually pair them up with my cup, and that's kind of my Goldilocks combination of where I feel most secure. If you have a daughter who is around the age of getting her first period, or maybe has gotten it, I just love the idea of some sort of period kit with many options of different period products to use, whether that's pads, tampons, a cup, period underwear, reusable pads, the whole 9 yards, and just to say, these are all your options, these are how you use each, maybe these are what situations these are best in, and that sort of stuff, and kind of go through so she knows what's there, how it works, and that she just has those options available for her so she can test them out and figure out what works best for her. I just think that is such a great idea. So I highly recommend, if that's something you're considering doing for your daughter, to throw in some period underwear into that kit. I think 5 pairs is a great place to start, but I definitely think that you could get away with 3 pairs depending on the length of your period, how heavy it is, and how often you do laundry. I think I started with 1 pair of period underwear because I just wanted to test it out to see if it was something I was interested in before I spent the money on it. And I very quickly was like, I totally love these. I love the concept. I want more. And I like having enough for a pair for each day. So next week, I'm going to be making a video all about my favorite period products, and I'm going to include my favorite period underwear brands currently. If you're curious about what I like and what you should buy, and I'll kind of take you through the I think 3 brands that I've used. And I know there are so many other options out there, but this is just what I've used, and the particular ones that I like and the ones that I don't like, and all that stuff. So if you're curious, stay tuned for that video next week. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to FemmeHead for more videos like this, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!